Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast series of Petroleum from Scratch. I'm Divyanshu, and I'm very excited to host my dear friend, Mr. Dhruv Pachauri. Welcome, Dhruv. Thanks for letting your time out on a Sunday evening. I have introduced Dhruv in very much detail on my LinkedIn post, but I would like to introduce Dhruv as a management consultant. He is a good friend from school, and I think if you go and check his LinkedIn, you will get to know what all things he has done. And the reason I had to invite Dhruv on this podcast series is because uh, he is a good example of how to broaden your horizons when you are trying to pursue any field, basically, right from engineering and then to a particular career, and then to the masters and MBAs and so on and so forth. So welcome, Dhruv. Thanks for coming in. A quick introduction about you, and then we're good to go.
Yeah, thanks Divyanshu for the brief introduction about me. Yeah, I will start my introduction right now. I did my graduation from IIT Roorkee. My majors was in mechanical, and then I did my minors in computer science. I graduated from IIT Roorkee in 2017. Then after I worked with Fuzzy Logix in data science field, worked with spectral analytics in data science for approximately 2 years. Then I thought to pursue MBA, and I did my MBA from IIM-Ahmedabad from 2019 to 2021. Uh, After that, I am working with a management consulting firm, a global management consulting firm, for more than a year or so. Yeah.
Thanks for that, Dhruv. So, I have a lot of questions to ask, and the time that you have allotted is pretty limited. I'll start with your opinions on, like, first up, there is a huge debate that goes on about the kind of college you are pursuing your engineering degree from. Now let's assume someone's like not in an IIT, or someone's not in a tier one college or something like that. So what would be your suggestion? You have had a very practical experience of how things go in an IIT and other premium colleges. We'll get to that. But if I'm a non-IITian, how can I, from the first year to my fourth year, what things can I do to make sure I am at par, things that I can learn?
Got it. Yeah, I understand the kind of phobia that is in the Indian, especially in the Indian education system, that if you're not from IT and IT, then the path is very tough for you in Indian market. But uh, from my experience, what I understand is when you try for a job, so in IT also you would be getting that job from the things that you have done apart from the academics. More because the most of the academical structure is very conventional and not up to the mark of current market. So if you are thinking in that manner, and that all the things are coming from the academics of IIT, it is not that. uh, yeah, I agree that brand plays a very much role, but people in IT and NIT also have to prepare apart from the academic. So I will give you my example. So what I used to do, I was in mechanical engineering, and in premier colleges also there are not much option with mechanical engineering. So I was interested in coding because in the first year I was pretty comfortable with C++. So I started doing algorithmic coding on Spots, Sphere Online, that which is CodeChef, and all those kind of competitive platforms. And I used to compete with my friends of similar branch, uh, like cross branches. And in that manner, I understood about the algorithmic coding. And then after that, the data science was a booming field in at that time. I also used to read some blogs and all, so kind of understood coding and data science from the material which is available to all of us. So it is a very fair field, I think I would say, in that manner. So what you can do is, you can, if you want to pursue something, you can start a course like N2NG course was there. at that time in Coursera. So you can start from that learning data science. If you want to do coding, you can start from Geeks of Geeks and then go on algorithmic coding across platforms. And if you want to learn something else which is of course, right, I'm sure 100% there would be some sources available. And even IITs and NITs have a, I think, a portal which
Mm.
help you learn from those professors which people sitting in those colleges are learning. So I think that is NPTL or NPTL,
Yeah,
NPTL.
yeah, NPTL. Yeah,
So
right.
people are trying to make the fair playground for all of us. So yeah,
Mm.
we can take benefit from that.
So I think one approach has to change, and correct me if I'm wrong. The fact that we depend a lot on placements, we follow a particular kind of curriculum, at least in tier 2, tier 3 colleges. We just will most of the students just do a 4-year study course, and then they expect that they'll sit in placements and they get placed. I'm really happy for the ones who get placed by this approach, but personally have been on the other side of things. So these kind of suggestions are really important. So moving on to the next phase of your career, Dhruv, uh, you mentioned that you were passionate about coding and then you moved on to a data science career. There are a lot of people who want to transit from let's say oil and gas to data science. What is the role of domain engineering in transiting towards data science, or do you skip your domain totally and focus on computer science part of things, or do you go? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, domain engineering will help you understanding the data. So in data science, the data is there, and then the science of using that data. So
Mm.
basically, if you are not aware about what is the meaning of particular column or particular thing in that particular data, uh, so you can't do anything with the knowledge of data science and algorithms that you have learned. So
Yes.
domain engineering helps you in understanding the problem and then figuring out what kind of algorithms or what kind of solutions you have to apply. And then comes the role of data science. So I think domain engineering is very important in the first two parts, which is understanding the problem, understanding the data, and figuring out the solution how you would build. So
Right.
these steps require domain engineering.
So I think that's very important for everyone to understand, because a lot of people just try to skip on the domain and get into data science, which is, I don't think, a best approach. So I would like to ask you a very frank question. On 1 to 10, how passionate were you about mechanical engineering when you were pursuing it?
Yeah, so I liked mechanical engineering. I liked mechanics at that time also.
Hmm.
Currently also I like mechanics and that's why I follow F1 also. Uh, but
Ah,
uh, but yeah, but there are very minimal opportunities in India in the core
yep.
field. That is the thing the market is shifting towards. And if there are opportunities, there are very operational kind of opportunities in
Mm,
India. You would be doing a routine work of handling a particular plant, and that is the thing. And so that all moved me towards pursuing uh, computer science or data science occupation.
right.
But yeah, I like mechanical. It's not that I don't
Yeah,
like mechanical.
right. So do you still get into a project with, let's say, some car company or something like that in your current position, and your eyes get lit up that, hey, yeah, I would like to do this one rather than something else.
Yeah, I have not worked with any car companies or but I have worked with energy companies and
Uh-huh.
uh, metal mining companies and yeah, processes of them like gives me a kick. So yeah,
Right.
those are good things.
Exactly. That's what I also like. I keep on trying to, even in my last firm, I used to try to get oil and energy projects. I mean, one has to be inclined towards their domain, otherwise they cannot do something. Moving on, but not moving on, but moving back in the past. if some school student is watching this video and he would like to clear the exams that you have cleared, given today's compared to our scenario today, there are a lot of online resources. Suppose I would like to ask you, uh, is it possible to clear the JE with today's resources without spending as much as we spent?
Yeah, definitely. This digitalization of education has helped a lot of students.
Yes.
Uh, you can. I have an example of my cousin who was in my city only and has cleared kind of JEE mains
Wow.
very brilliantly, and then also got rank in the JEE advanced.
Brilliant.
So, and he has not adopted for coaching centers in like Kota or Hyderabad or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you can clear from the digital material available online, because yeah, companies like Vedantu, One Academy, and
Yeah.
Byju's have helped much. But the scenario would change, I think so, because now those companies are feeling the uh, pain of the investors, because they want refund on that, and investors
Mm.
want return on that. So basically, they are also moving towards offline centers also. As you can see,
Mm.
Baiju is opening different
Yes.
kind of offline coaching centers, has acquired Akash. So
Mm.
they would also try to mint money, and since COVID was the era of digitalization, but now digitalization would be lesser, and also people would start going to the coaching centers, as my cousin has also went to Kota right
Mm.
now. So people would start believing in the past traditional behavior.
Yeah.
So again, the coaching centers would flourish.
Yes, but I think it's possible with today's available resources. Even similar to data science, most of the people learn data science by their own selves. So I think that's also possible for JE kind of stuff as well. Books are there, and yeah, everything is there.
Yeah, just in the digitalization, one thing is missing, which is the community learning that you do from your peers,
Yes.
which is your classmates.
Mm.
That is missing.
That I think LinkedIn can help the students. I think even the school students can use LinkedIn or Facebook. They can't because too many distractions. But
Ah.
yeah, but yeah, I think great discussion. This I think I would like to ask you one thing. In your mechanical engineering stint that you had, uh, did you get a chance to have a perspective about the energy industry? Because a lot of our viewers are or maybe you, do you have any perspective about where the energy industry is heading? A lot of our viewers are from this domain.
So in my mechanical engineering, I was not much exposed to the energy industry, but I have done a project with currently like 7 to 8 months with an oil and gas majors of India,
Nice.
refinery majors. So I think all of the oil and gas majors are trying to shift towards sustainable energy,
Yes.
which is currently they are trying to move towards EV. They are thinking of setting up, they're thinking to utilize their network of petrol pumps and all to provide kind of services like battery swapping
Yep.
or the charging stations. So they have those infrastructure already in place. So they want to enter in EV market through
Mm.
their infrastructure, because they don't have the technology. They want to enter through their infrastructure. They have that plus point. And now it depends upon the technology provider and this infrastructure provider, what would be the collaboration, what would be the terms of business
Mm.
that they would. And they also want to, they also have set up different research centers. They want to move towards, I think, biofuel. That is also one more thing.
Mm.
Uh, Biofuel is also one more
Nice.
thing. They want to move towards biofuel. And apart from that, some experimental stuff is also going on in hydrogen space.
Okay.
But people, what I have felt, the pressure is from top, because that Paris Agreement is also already in place.
Mm. Mm.
Countries are trying to move towards net zero. Now, these companies if they want to sustain, they would also try to move towards net zero and diversifying themselves into sustainable sources of energy.
Yes.
So, so basically, yeah, they are kind of investing money, moving towards net zero,
Yep.
moving towards different types of energies.
So it's highly recommended for oil and gas or energy engineers to keep a track of what Dhruv just talked about, because that's what's coming. And I'm fortunate to be a part of one organization that has this in mind as well. Uh, you worked as a data scientist, and first up, I would like to know the entire journey of the things that and the skills that you found that I could have learned this earlier, or maybe some learnings as a data scientist for someone who's just starting it. And then I will ask you the next question about how you prepared for an MBA exam along with a very intensive kind of role, which is data science. So let's start with the first question about your journey in data science.
Got it. Got it. So I started with a project which was very similar uh, to the which was very similar to my BTech project. So it was a
Hmm.
kind of continuum which sets for me. It was in the predictive maintenance field.
Okay.
So what I was figuring out at that time was how to process a signal. What are the different methods of signal processing? Like I was getting signal data from the machinery, and I have to remove the noise and all those signal processing
Hmm.
to get the proper data, and then I have to figure out what kind of algorithms to use. And the challenge was that how much earlier you can predict, because in predictive maintenance, if you predict a fault very much earlier, so there are chances that your your model would be having many false alarms. You would be
Yes.
predicting many alarms to increase that range. And if you predict very close by, then that prediction is also of no use, because operators can't do
Hmm.
anything regarding that maintenance. So that was the trade-off, which was very important in this predictive maintenance field. And what I would say, we kind of ignore the data cleaning part, but I would say if your data is cleaned and processed and your features engineering is good, your 60 to 70% of work is done.
Yep.
So the algorithms are like only 40%. But if you work on data cleaning, data engineering, feature engineering, that would give you better results very much. And if
Right.
those processes would get enriched if you have domain knowledge. So
Yes.
so that is the kind of thing that I learned in my first project. Then I did an NLP project with FMCG firm. It was about knowing the sentiments of customers about their hygiene product in different aspects. Like if a diaper, let's say take example of diaper product. So is if the feel is good, if it can absorb water or not. So all those kinds of aspects were there, and what are the customer reviews on that, and
Hmm.
how are the competitors doing. So that was the project. In that project, I learned about again it was more about data cleaning, because the
Yes.
reviews could be written in any way. People can use smileys, emojis. There, people people have different English grammar. Someone can write in a good grammar, someone cannot write in a good grammar. All those things are there. You have to focus more on data cleaning part and then apply NLP stuff
Yep.
over that.
Yep.
So that was the project. And third one was more about what I learned. It was simple project. It was about customer churn modeling and sales upgradation part for US based HR software provider. But what I learned is it was more about how to present your results to the client, because client doesn't understand the entire data science stuff, complex stuff. They would like to see the result. So it was the learning that I got there is how to present your results in a better and crisp manner, and how to manage the stakeholders like clients.
Okay. Right. That's a very, very interesting journey. And I would like to take the predictive maintenance discussion offline because that's something that I keep on studying about as well, signal processing and all. What's the role of
Yeah.
mathematics in all this? Like, there's a huge funny debate that goes on that you don't need math, you can be good with tools and be a data scientist and all. What's your take on that role of mathematics in being a data scientist?
Yeah, I would say uh, you can do basic stuff without knowing mathematics because all the algorithms packages are already available.
Yep.
They that scikit-learn and all those packages are already available. You can do basic stuff, but having mathematical knowledge would add to the customization that you can do to those algorithms.
Exactly.
You would understand like if I'm changing the weightage, what is all happening in
Mm,
behind that algorithm. Let's say take an example of neural network. If you are changing the slope of your function, so what are the things happening? How you are biasing your model?
mhm.
Let's say
Right.
you are changing the weightage in errors. Uh, I think regulation and all those things. So you would understand what is actually happening behind the algorithm which is being given to you in a package. Also
Exactly.
about tree, you can understand like how your length of a tree
Mm,
uh, is affecting your overfitting, underfitting,
yep.
the how it is impacting everything. So you would better understand all the parameters that you are giving if
Mm,
you have a maths knowledge. That is my take.
exactly. I think without math you can create a model, run a model, but if it goes wrong, you will not have an idea why things are going wrong, what is the problem, what needs to be changed. I mean, with enough experience, yeah, good enough idea can be there. But like you clearly said, the model architecture, the what weights bias needs to be varied by how much, stuff like that is very important. So I think the debate will go on. People keep on saying that with auto ML and all these things, you don't need to be that much expert in math and all. But I personally have a very opposite take on that. So thanks for aligning on that, Dhruv. Very important question. Data science, as per me, is a time-taking domain. You work and you get lost in that. I would like to know your, and you cleared one of the like toughest exams in India to get into MBA colleges, and then you got into it does not need any introduction. You got into IIM Ahmedabad, which is very easy. So I
Mhm.
would like to know from your end, how did you manage your time? That's my first question.
Yeah. So uh, for like giving efforts for any competitive exam, you have to practice. That is the first thing.
Hmm.
And for the practice, you need time. So to take that time out of your job
Yeah.
life, what you have to do is to promise yourself that you will donate 1.5 or 2 hours, whatever that is, of your day towards the preparation. And it doesn't, and that promise should be a holy promise that
Yep.
if you are done with your work like by 12 a.m. or midnight, then you will be awake for extra 2 hours and you
Yep.
will do all the things, and then you can cut from your sleep, your entertainment. But
Mm,
yeah, that is the thing. I think the firm promise that you make is the thing, and the determination would play a much better role in the time management.
mhm.
Uh, and and luckily for me, one thing also played like in CAT you would be having mathematical portion which is mostly of 10th class. So I was I was kind of having the memory of 10th class stuff
Of
right
course.
then
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
So that was a luck factor, and then so I had to uh, like work less hard on those stuff.
Mm,
And apart from that, CAT is mostly English that you have to give some time. Engineers particularly have to give some time,
yes.
and then comes the DILR, which is also very logical. So for that,
Mm.
you just have to practice. you don't have to learn anything else.
Mm.
So that was the thing. But yeah, maths part was what was a plus brownie point for me.
Yeah, but yeah, still you stayed by your promise, and the determination played a key role. I think the same story Shrenik, our other friend, would also have, and I will definitely invite Shrenik as well someday. But moving on, I would like to know, because I have not done an MBA, and most of the people who watch this channel, they are technical people. A quick introduction about, or maybe a detailed introduction about, what an MBA changes in an engineer's mind, what's lacking, and what MBA adds to an engineer's mind.
Got it. Yeah, when coming to the problem solving, I think engineers are quite good with it.
Yeah.
And coming with innovative solutions, engineers are way ahead than anyone, I
Mm.
would say. But MBA adds a filter to that innovation, like which innovation is beneficial for the society or for your firm. MBA adds that filter to that innovation. So you can do hundreds of innovations or you can
Mhm.
find a solution to hundreds of problems. But
Yep.
prioritizing them is being taught by the MBA, like which one to be solved first, which is not worthwhile
Mhm.
to solve. That prioritization is the thing that MBA adds in engineer's mind. Another thing is, as an engineer, like as an engineer, we don't understand much about the soft skills part of handling the stakeholders. Like there are, since we are living in society and we are living between humans, you have to learn dealing with them. There
Yep.
are, like there are people with different kind of hidden motives, different kinds of politics around your project and all those things. So engineers would not understand those dynamics, uh, those stakeholder management. So MBA helps you in that,
Right.
learning, understanding those kind of dynamics there.
That's very interesting, because I think, yeah, I mean, someone who's worked in consultancies, without doing an MBA, they realize this the hard way, right? They if they've ever face a client and they fail at telling a good story, and that's my understanding of that. And I've seen that it also teaches you a lot of time management. Classes happen at odd hours, right? So, and you have to be very, very punctual and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. So yeah, classes happen at odd hours. Quizzes happen instantly. So you should be prepared across your term. So basically every day you should be prepared with the past day's course.
Yeah. Yes.
So that preparedness is also being shown by MBA colleges.
Right. Exactly. So, I mean, 2 minute talk about how was your journey in IIM Ahmedabad? Uh, the best things about that particular college, because a lot of people dream to be there. So maybe a glance into what IIM Ahmedabad is like.
Yeah. So I would say any MBA college first 6 months are very hectic.
Mm.
People get into college and then the process of summer internship starts in India.
Yep.
And you have to prepare your resume, and for resume each and every point should come from a verified source, which could be like you have to do multiple RTIs. I've done like 10 12 RTIs to get my rank. JE ranks, if you want to know, like
Wow.
you got your 1500 ranks out of 1 lakh students, so you have to take the proof of that 1 lakh students participated from government through RTI. So
Oh.
no online sources would work for you. So such kind of things happen. So and side by side you have to prepare for the companies. Different companies come. You don't you don't have an idea in which company you have to go, like product management, consulting, finance, and all those things.
Hmm.
So those and side apart from that, hectic IIM Ahmedabad academic would on go. So you have to come at like 8:50 is the time. You have to be in the class by 8:50, otherwise doors would be closed. If you are not having 80% plus attendance, you will be failing in that exam.
Hmm.
and then you have to do multiple assignments across day. uh, Quizzes can come anytime. So
Mm.
that is 6 months are very hectic. Then once you have done your summer internship, then a kind of very pleasant breeze is there. You can enjoy, like there would be parties in the campus. You would be enjoying kind of 3 months, and then your summer internship starts. Then again, if you are in, most of the companies would be giving you luxurious hotels, but making you work round the clock,
Mm.
and you would be working for the PPO, obvious the
Yes.
PPO. Then people who get PPO will chill, will come and chill, go for exchange program in foreign countries, and then people who are not having PPO would start preparing after September also, and then finals come in January or Feb, and that would be a again a heated up month,
Mm.
and like after that it is all chill. People are fine with that.
It's a roller coaster ride, but you do get your fun moments. It's not that it's all, yeah.
Hi, it would be not that, because, and
Mm.
even in the hectic moments you would be having friends and all those, you would be like passing your time around some coffee shop or
Mm.
chai shop, and then smoking, people smoking
Mm.
there. So you would be talking
Yep.
around. So those kind of things would happen even in hectic. You
Yes.
would, mostly people compromise with sleep, not with entertainment.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. So I will like to take this last, I think we have 7 minutes, to talk about the title of this podcast, How to Shape a Kick-Ass Career. So, quick verdict from your side, from how to start, what things to do. I know we have discussed it in bits and pieces, but something that everyone can note down on skills that are important. We can also talk about subjects in engineering that one must focus on for versatile careers, and then how to make sure if things are not going your way, you're not getting placed. What things can help you? So the entire progression of events that a student can use for great careers.
Got it. And keeping in mind the subject would be the people who are in engineering colleges.
Engineering, it's all about, yeah, engineering colleges. Yeah, we cannot make it that generic. Yeah, so engineering. Yes.
Got it. So so what I've seen is, when you start afresh, people are afraid of coding. In my college, like 95% were afraid of coding,
Yep.
because they think that they are doing for the first time, and some people would have taken in 12th class, would be giving answers,
Hmm.
and then that phobia of coding happens, and they will leave coding across their year, across their life,
Yes.
and they will say they can't do coding. But that phobia has to be kept away from everyone's mind. I think I was not having coding in 12th class,
Yep.
but I was not aware about the phobia also. And I did small steps, like whatever the assignment was given, I tried those assignments. I did well, and then I gave gave an attention in the class, and ultimately learned about coding. So the one thing is, you should not be having phobia about any subject, like whether it is
Exactly.
coding or something. You can learn, because only humans are learning that.
Yes.
So so that is the one advice I would give. I was also having phobia about engineering design.
Hmm.
So I was thinking like I can't do this because it is related to drawing and all, and I was
Yeah.
having a bad drawing in my school time. So that kind of continued, and I thought that I can't do, I don't have that imagination, and ultimately I scored low, and
Same.
I am still not
Yes.
confident
Yes.
confident about engineering drawing. So that kind of phobia should be kept away. That is one thing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
while learning a big thing, you can focus on small steps. Like you take small steps, you would move towards a bigger goal. If
Hmm.
you start thinking that that is a bigger goal I have to reach, you will never reach. Take small
Exactly.
steps, so you will reach towards bigger goal. And
Mm.
uh, and if the placement is not going your way, so in past time it was hard to do things. People used to go to UPSC preparation and all those things. But now there are companies which are kind of partnering with with the placement providers, which are like companies, multinational companies, and also they would teach you the exact skill.
Yes.
Uh, I think there are companies like that come. I think I forgotten the name. There are companies which will teach you skills in 5 or 6 months, and then they will also provide you placement, and there is a guaranteed placement kind of thing. Like
Mm,
if you would be having of 5 lakhs of salary, then you give some percentage across 3 years kind of EMI, and their fees would be postpaid. So you can also
nice.
explore those kind of things. Uh,
Nice.
and
Mm,
if you are not getting job through those solutions also, uh, so they won't charge a fee even. So that is their model right now. They are
that's
working
good.
with that.
So I think,
So
yeah, that's very, and LinkedIn, of course. Yeah.
LinkedIn, yeah, LinkedIn is also there
Yes.
to increase your networking. And I would say when you are in college, in like any college, you would you would not be having networking if you are not going to the places where public is there.
Yes.
So I would suggest, highly suggest that you should join student clubs. Uh,
Uh,
bec- even if you're not learning like specific skill, let's say it's a editorial club,
mm,
but people are there. Those people would be having connection with their seniors and their seniors, and ultimately you will be having good network to know. Uh,
mm,
so you can also join. You should join student clubs, I would say. Then you should participate in festivals or events which are happening across your college.
mm,
Even those are not aligned to your interest, you should just go. If you talk to some people, then people would come to know about you. Otherwise,
mm.
it,
Yep.
it would not happen like suddenly that your network would increase.
Great, great advice. I think these are the things that even I could not follow back in my bachelor's. So I think these are the things that ultimately will you meet people, they will guide you to better things in life, and that's a feedback loop that keeps on going. Short interest of time, we would finally want you to say a final word about when we will see you next, on what particular topic, and we would definitely want at least like the signal processing project, maybe something specific. So uh, I hope you do agree on coming back soon. Yeah.
Sure. I have to revise a lot, but yeah, I can be back
Yes.
whenever you call me,
Yep.
and we can both be in Bangalore and have this podcast.
Definitely. Definitely. Looking forward. Perfect. Thanks. I'm broke. I don't have Zoom Premium, so that's why the session has to end here. See you again, Dhruv. Thanks a lot for this session. Everyone will love it, I'm sure. I'll share it on YouTube. See you again. Thanks. Good day.
Thanks, Divanshu. Bye.